between the visiting Arizona Cardinals and the Cincinnati Bengals. With that, let's get up to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. For the call, we bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and for both of these teams that we're going to see, Charles, the future is kind of right now. You know, this is something you only see a handful of times in an NFL season where you've got a rookie quarterback versus a rookie quarterback. And I think a lot of that has to do with the era we're in now. Because our dads, they didn't see rookie quarterbacks go against each other. In fact, it could be 2-3 years before they even saw the playing field. Nowadays, you get drafted, they expect you to play earlier, and these guys as competitors, they'll take their lumps early, but they'd rather be on the field. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they will be led out by their 6'4 quarterback. And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man. It's like you, assertive in our production meetings. Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering I was snacks. Just going to say. That's where I go. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. Open man is Ross, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 out of the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a third down. And here is the Cardinal defense. Chandler Jones just keeps getting better and better. Each season, he adds a little more to his game. I wonder if he wants to take on his UFC fighting brother at any time. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 32 on the play. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down. And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league. Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it? It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Mixon trying to punch it in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Here's a run with Mixon, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. To throw is Murray. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray, that's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To throw again on 2nd down. Murray, he goes underneath to Drake. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins got home that time.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Robert Alford that time on the great coverage. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. 2nd and 10. Green brings it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. We're scoreless after 1.
Come on, set, 8,
ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Finding Green complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
set.
2nd and 9 now. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
10 yards there on a Bengal 1st.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Cincinnati 1st down. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the turnover, here's Murray. Josh Bynes. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Open man is Kirk, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Throwing now is Murray.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen. What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player?
Here we go. Here we go.
How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
A gain of 6 there on first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. He's going to fire one. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights in it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the exclamation mark at the end was Kenyon Drake's touchdown run. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Got to get some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Murray, and he hits Drake. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first. Murray now, nearly perfect, 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins, as the first half is winding down. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Little loft on that touchdown pass and sort of dropped it in the breadbasket perfectly.
Right in the bucket, and when you're coming out of college and you're a rookie in the NFL, sometimes you forget about the different types of throws you have to make. You just rely on your fastball and throw it as hard as you can all the time. But in this situation, he understood and threw it in a spot where only his receiver was going to get it and no one else. That was pretty.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. They'll throw now on the final play. And that is incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has certainly been one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference, as the teams have already come back out onto the field for the second half. So let's get you back out as well to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. Out of the gun, here's Murray. It's complete to Hopkins. And now running right through it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the gun, it's Drake. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got the completion to Hopkins.
That's it, baby. We got one.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Max Williams there to make the grab. And the Cardinals push further out in front. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
10 yards there on a Bengal first. This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And they'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6. That's complete to the tight end Sample. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
91.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Not today.
2nd and 2. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon there to make the grab. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They'll start the drive with Drake. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground with Drake. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw is Murray. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. Murray going to throw. He's going to look deep, end zone for Hopkins. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
But the catch made by Hopkins. A very solid gain of 27. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Murray's throw on target to Christian Kirk, and they'll get this down to the 10. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings.
And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals push further out in front. They've already been on record as saying, hey, if our rookie quarterback's going to tuck it and run on a scramble, we kind of hold our breath. Well, that was a maybe no, yes, as he's able to get into the end zone.
Are you saying he's got to learn where the line is about whether you keep your eyes downfield and try and find a receiver, or you tuck it and go? And I think there's going to be some growing pains with that. I think in this case, he made the right decision.
And we know he's got the speed. He showed it there. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw here. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They'll set up a throw. Green brings it in. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Back to throw.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Now the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. 4 yards on the touchdown grab, and the Bengals are able to cut into this lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the the toe to the leather on that one. Their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. On second down now, it's Drake. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Down to a knee goes Murray as that will just about wrap this thing up. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and I think they might have something in this young rookie quarterback because he certainly looked the part.
I have to ask you a question. Are you thinking similar to what I'm thinking? That these rookie quarterbacks, they come in more prepared than ever before?
Year after year, they just seem more comfortable from day one.
I think you start really young now. These quarterback coaches, they play against a better competition. They go to camps across the country. Then they play big-time games in college. So when they get to the NFL, it's not quite the same, how would you say it, pressure that they felt in years past. And these kids just go out and perform.
And keep in mind, he led them to a road victory here, even more impressive. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. With that...